Well, following Hunter Biden's impromptu press conference and the congressional no-show yesterday, the president put forth his usual vow of silence when asked by reporters about his son. However, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre reluctantly decided to speak about the issue during the daily news briefing. She was asked first if President Biden had any inside knowledge of how Hunter would be addressing the media yesterday. Listen.
The president was familiar with what Hunter was going to say today. He's proud of his son. He and the First Lady are proud of his son, how he's rebuilding his life back. Hunter, and I've said this many times, is a private citizen. The president, I've been very clear, the president's not going to pardon his son.
He's not going to pardon his son. Well, let's see about that. Let's bring in Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs, who proudly serves on the House Judiciary and Oversight Committees. Congressman Biggs, great to have you with us today.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
So here we are, a contempt of Congress charge now going to move forward for Hunter Biden. Clearly, there was some strategic move here. He'd rather face that than, I guess, come in and talk. I guess if there's nothing to be concerned about, why not just come in and speak? That is the question so many people want to know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to unpack here, Bianca. But first, I would say he should have come in. He had an obligation to come in. He was served properly with a subpoena. He could have. We anticipated that he would take the Fifth Amendment, against self-incrimination quite a bit, but he chose instead to exercise contempt. We think he knows a whole heck of a lot about what went on, and that publicly he can go out and say that his dad didn't know about the business, everything like that, and yet we have mountains of evidence which are to the contrary of that. So he should have come in. I think that this is just one more effort to stonewall this thing and drag it out a bit more.
Yeah, clearly. Well, today Leslie Wolf is sitting down, so there is some movement there, at least on someone who you have wanted to speak to complying. I want to get your take on something that was said yesterday. Senator Chuck Grassley was asked about impeachment proceedings against the president. Let's play a little bit of this back and forth yesterday.
To say, is there some indication of maybe some compromise with China particularly, but I have no evidence of it, and I'm going to just follow the facts where they are, and the facts haven't taken me to that point where I can say that the president's guilty of anything.
You know, the media is jumping on it that you guys are trying to just follow the facts and saying, but there's no evidence, but that's part of the process here, Congressman. What do you say to folks who are watching the impeachment inquiry, watching what has been discovered so far, and some who are still failing to see why this is necessary?
Well, first thing I always tell them, we're in an impeachment inquiry. That means we're investigating this. We're doing it in a much more orderly fashion than the previous group, the Democrats, when they were trying to impeach the President Trump twice. The second thing I always tell them is circumstantial evidence is as legitimate as direct evidence. You are not going to find Joe Biden having some Chinese CEO affiliated with the CCP slipping $1 million in an envelope across the table to him. There's a reason that they set up 20+ shell corporations. There's a reason that they had a massive number of bank accounts. There's a reason that those bank accounts were all held under scrutiny, and we have hundreds of suspicious activity reports. It's because they tried to hide it. They were very clever trying to hide it. But I do believe we have plenty of evidence which shows that Joe Biden not only knew about Hunter Biden's business, which he lied about, Joe Biden did, but he also met with Hunter's clients, so he was involved in the business. And number three, money was coming into the entire family. Everybody from Jim Biden getting contracts to do housing projects in the Mideast, receiving millions of dollars.
Yeah.
That doesn't just happen to somebody who's never built a development before.
Yeah, and clearly Hunter's statements tomorrow, my dad was never financially involved, some say was a real change and departure there of what he articulated. Got to leave it there. Congressman Andy Biggs, pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for joining us today on Newsline, sir.
Thank you, Bianca.
Thank you.